Losing confidence? Liberals hunt for exit and turn to Mark Carney for a way out. As Canada grapples with an unusually cold and rainy spring, the political landscape is equally tumultuous. The weather has delayed gardening plans across the nation, with many residents holding off on planting frost-sensitive crops like cucumbers and tomatoes. This unexpected chill has disrupted typical media narratives, shifting the focus away from droughts and forest fires that usually dominate the spring discourse. Instead, the political arena is heating up, with significant developments within the Liberal Party and the opposition. The Liberal Party, now under the leadership of Mark Carney, is facing internal challenges that have sparked discussions about the need for reform. Reports indicate that Liberal MPs are contemplating adopting Reform Act rules, which would empower them to initiate a leadership review. This move is seen as a response to concerns over the current leadership's longevity and perceived overreach. Historically, the party has lacked mechanisms to remove a sitting leader, leaving MPs feeling powerless in the face of discontent. Carney's ascension to leadership has not been without skepticism, as he navigates the complexities of party dynamics and media scrutiny. Carney's leadership comes at a critical time when many Canadians are feeling increasingly disillusioned with traditional political structures. The last few years have seen a growing disconnect between the electorate and their representatives, with many voters expressing frustration over perceived inaction and a lack of genuine engagement from their leaders. Carney must address these concerns head-on if he hopes to restore faith in the Liberal Party. His ability to connect with Canadians on a personal level will be crucial in rebuilding trust. Opposition leader Pierre Poilievre has also made headlines by unveiling his shadow cabinet and leadership team. However, reactions have been mixed, with critics pointing to a reliance on recycled slogans and traditional political appointments. The public's growing weariness of performative politics has created a demand for more substantive change. As both parties vie for public support, the question remains, can they deliver the meaningful reforms that Canadians are seeking? Poilievre's challenge will be to break from the past and present a vision that resonates with a populace eager for authenticity. Amidst these political shifts, an international development has raised eyebrows. The recent passing of a new World Health Organization (WHO) treaty has ignited concerns regarding national sovereignty. Critics argue that the treaty grants the WHO excessive authority, including the power to declare pandemics based on ambiguous criteria, such as climate change. This has led to fears of potential censorship and the exercise of emergency powers without adequate accountability. The implications of this treaty resonate deeply within the Canadian political context, as leaders grapple with the balance between public health and individual rights. The WHO treaty has become a focal point for debate, with many citizens expressing unease over the prospect of losing control over national health policies. As discussions unfold, it is clear that public trust in health authorities is a critical issue. Carney and Poilievre must address these concerns, articulating their positions on how to protect Canadian sovereignty while effectively managing public health crises. This balancing act will be essential in reassuring voters that their leaders prioritize their autonomy. In British Columbia, a related controversy has emerged involving a group of ostriches raised for scientific research. These birds, having recovered from avian flu, developed antibodies that could contribute to broader immunization efforts. However, government officials intervened, attempting to cull the birds, which sparked public outcry. Supporters of the research project have rallied around the farm, creating a human barrier to protect the ostriches. This situation underscores the tension between federal decisions and local autonomy, as well as the broader concerns surrounding natural immunity and centralized authority. The ostrich controversy has highlighted the intersection of science and politics in Canada. As citizens increasingly advocate for transparency and accountability in scientific research, the role of government in regulating these efforts comes under scrutiny. Carney must navigate this complex landscape, ensuring that public health decisions are made based on sound science while respecting local concerns. This will require a deft touch and an openness to dialogue with the scientific community and the public. As the political climate continues to evolve, the Liberal Party's search for a way forward under Mark Carney's leadership will be closely scrutinized. The party's ability to address internal dissent and present a united front will be crucial in regaining public confidence. Meanwhile, Pierre Poilievre's opposition strategy will need to resonate with an electorate increasingly disillusioned with traditional political rhetoric. Both leaders are under pressure to demonstrate that they can bring about meaningful change in a polarized environment. In this context, the role of media coverage cannot be underestimated. The narratives that dominate public discourse heavily influence perceptions of political leaders and their parties. As the media shifts its focus to the cold weather's impact on agriculture and the political ramifications, Carney and Poilievre must adapt their messaging to align with what resonates with Canadians. Engaging with the media effectively will be pivotal in shaping public opinion as both leaders strive to carve out their paths. The stakes are high as the Liberal Party and the opposition navigate these complex waters. With public sentiment shifting and the electorate demanding accountability, both Carney and Poilievre must address the pressing concerns of Canadians while managing their party dynamics. The interplay between political leadership, public sentiment, and scientific discourse is becoming more pronounced, and how these leaders respond will shape the future of Canadian politics. As the weather remains unpredictable, so too does the future of Canadian politics, with both the Liberals and the opposition facing critical tests in the months ahead. The question looms large. Will Carney be able to lead the Liberals out of the shadows of doubt and into a new era of confidence, or will Poilievre capitalize on the discontent to reshape the political landscape? The coming months will be crucial as both leaders strive to connect with an electorate that is increasingly discerning and demanding of genuine leadership. Ultimately, the path forward for Canada will depend on how effectively its leaders can engage with the public, address their concerns, and foster a sense of trust. The evolving political dynamics present both challenges and opportunities, and the ability of Carney and Poilievre to respond to these issues will determine their fate and that of their parties in the coming electoral battles. The future remains uncertain, but the potential for meaningful change is palpable if only the right leaders can seize the moment.